But I got invited over there by the Qatari, and it's Qatar. That's how it's spelled. And it doesn't have a U in it. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, should I get these guys a gift or something for inviting me over? And I was like, I'll get them the letter U, I'll just get a U in a box and give that to them. But then you're like, nah, all right. They doing their own shit, bro. They say, they conserving, hell, they're conserving water. They're conserving letters too. And I got invited over there by I guess it's the kind of the board that, the tourism board, I guess. So that's who I got invited over there by. And it was in conjunction with a time that Donald Trump was going to be there performing for the troops, or speaking to the troops. And so I got to perform that same day, probably maybe like an hour or so before he was up there. The show was, hectic. The show was hectic because there weren't supposed to be any cameras. I got on stage, there were like 20 news cameras, so that was a total surprise. And so we had to make some adjustments or whatever. But just getting to be there and see the base and see the soldiers over there and see the people that that made that commitment. It was very inspiring, and it was just real, And so that was really special. I felt very lucky to just get to witness that, to be allowed to show up. What else did we do there? Oh, it's very organized there. The sidewalks, that bitch stays in line, bro. I'm from Louisiana, and the sidewalk there, they got one of them bitches will be at a 40 degree. The next cement plank will be at like a 6 degree. The next one will have a damn off-ramp on. I've seen a sidewalk with a damn off-ramp on it in Louisiana, bro. Because the oak trees, the roots grow up under the sidewalk, and they'll push that bitch off, dog. Bro, you trying to walk down the street, you end up fucking 6 blocks over, bro. If you follow the sidewalk, that bitch will take you wherever, dude. So a lot of times in Louisiana, you see somebody walking right along the side of the street, and that's why. Because them sidewalks, them bitches, they don't care. Each piece of cement barely even knows the next piece. Them bitches, they at odds. And then you'll have one tsunami, it'll hit a damn sinkhole. That bitch will be 40 feet down. You trying to go half a block, and next thing you know, you got repellent equipment on. So it's just going down a Louisiana sidewalk is very intense. But in Qatar, they say Qatar. Everything's very organized. Every lamp light, everything, it's pristine. It's like a Christmas village, but they don't believe in Christmas. I don't think anyway. I don't know if they do or not. Let me see. Do Muslims believe in Christmas? No, Muslims do not celebrate Christmas. If Jesus, peace be upon him, is so revered in Islam, why do we not celebrate his birthday? It is necessary to point out that Jesus and his mother, Mary, are revered highly by Muslims. As far as celebrating the Christmas as the birthday of Jesus is concerned, the Muslim community do not celebrate it, just as we do not celebrate the birthdays of any other prophet. We believe that celebrating a prophet's birth amounts to adopting that prophet's teachings as a way of life. If the teachings are not followed, the Almighty's displeasure is invoked. Yeah, so anyway, they got a different setup over there.